Alright, y'all, man. It's your boy Humble 2 times for me. Back in that video, man. For me, follow the Instagram at Humble 2 times. Now, look, y'all, today's time we're talking about depend on nobody. Now, look, for today's video, I want to give a huge shout out to the Most High in general for everything. I'm also giving a huge shout out to the Most High for giving these amazing downloads, dropping this amazing good information on me from no cap. I'm also giving a huge shout out to myself as well. Wanted to receive this good information and give out this good information as well. I'm also giving a huge shout out to everyone and to y'all. Y'all literally take energy out of y'all's day to come rock me, show me love, support, you feel me? I appreciate y'all, man. I love y'all so much. More to love always. I'm also sending good positive energy towards everyone. Also, disclaimer, if you don't want to hear about the truth, if you don't want to hear more about the truth, if you feel like you're not ready about the truth, then you may want to go ahead and click off this video now, respectfully, all due respect. Another thing is to y'all, also, if you want to do a one-on-one call with me, just DM me on my Instagram, Humble Ali 2 times. Everything's together, everything's lowercase, Humble Ali 2 times. Now let's go ahead and get more deep into the video. Depend on no one. Now you may be like, well, dang, Ali, that's kind of harsh. But I want y'all to understand and understand, bro, it's very important in my opinion not to depend on anyone. It don't matter how close you are with somebody or who it is. It don't matter who it is, bro. You should not be depending on anybody except yourself and the universe. That's it. You should not be dependent on family, friends, your boyfriend, your girlfriend, your wife, your kids, whatever the sisters, brothers, whatever the case, friend groups, etc. Whatever the case is, bro, you shouldn't be depending on anybody, bro. Because you know why? You know one of the main reasons why we shouldn't be depending on anybody? Because at any given moment, bro, people can decide that they no longer want to be in your life. How are you going to handle that situation? I'm going to say it again, bro. At any given moment, people can decide if they want to leave out of your life. How are you going to handle that situation, bro? Learn how to do things on your own. Learn how to tap into your inner self. Learn how to tap into being alone. Because people are not going to always be around you, bro. People are not going to always help you, bro. Then what you going to do? And to be honest, bro, a lot of times, bro, do you even really need help from them, bro? You got Google, you got your intuition, you got ChatGPT, you got the universe, you got all these different things that can help you. So it's just like, you see what I'm saying, bro? Like, you don't have to always ask people. You can literally ask ChatGPT or Google, tap into your intuition, etc. Ask the universe, etc. You don't gotta always run to people and, hey, can you do that? You see what I'm saying, bro? Because the moment you start depending on people, the moment you start, you're giving out too much energy. Why are you giving out too much energy? Because when you decide, hey, you know what? I'm depending on you. You know what that really means? I'm gonna give a lot of my energy to you, and I'm gonna hope and I'm gonna believe that you don't do me wrong. That's what you're doing when you're depending on somebody. I don't depend on anything from anyone. Because I understand at any given moment, people can leave out of my life. I understand that. That's the thing. A lot of times we try to manipulate ourselves and live in this delusion, live in this false reality. No. Let's be real with self. Everything starts with self first. You're not going to be able to help nobody if you're not helping yourself, truly. This is why isolation is so important. You're not going to be able to love on them individuals how the way you really want to, because you're not even doing it with yourself. How you going to be able to bring a kid in this world if you don't even have enough patience with yourself? If you don't even have enough patience with yourself, how you think you're going to have enough patience with the kid that you want? It's not going to happen. You see what I'm saying? You want a relationship, but you're not even taking care of yourself. So how you going to take care of her? How you going to take care of him? You see what I'm saying, bro? You want friends, but you don't even understand who you are. You don't even remember who you are. You do understand who you are, but you don't want to accept who you are. So how are you going to accept who your friends are? Everything starts with self first. See, but they tricked us and told us, oh, don't be isolated for too long. What? Don't be isolated for too long. Isolation is one of the best things ever. I done been there before. Dang, man, I'm always alone, man. I don't want to be alone. But then I finally realized this is one of the best things that ever happened to me. One of the best things that ever happened to me was being alone, because I realized more of who I am. I'm gonna say that again. I realized more of who I am, etc. If you constantly around people, how are you going to truly grow if you constantly around people? We need to be with self. We need to be with self. Well, dang, I've been in isolation for a little minute now. Let me go. You don't got to force it, bro. If you don't want to go hang out with people, bro, you don't got to go hang out with people just so, oh, let me not make it seem like I'm isolating too much. You're not isolating too much, bro. If that's what you truly want to do, then you're not overly doing nothing then, bro. You being yourself. You being your authentic, true, natural self. I recommend everybody not to depend on anything or anyone. I'm just being honest with you. You keep depending on these individuals to do these things for you, or to be some type of way how you want them to be, and then let's say they don't. Now you hurt. Now you in your feelings. Now you're vibrating low because you gave so much trust and so much energy into these individuals. Now you thinking, man, well, I couldn't believe they would do that, because you keep putting trust. The things that you should trust is yourself and the universe. I'm gonna say that again, bro. The things you should trust and have faith in is yourself and the universe. And I'm not saying you can't have faith in other people, but just because you have faith in somebody doesn't mean that you gotta have faith in person. What I mean by that is that it's okay to have faith in somebody, but you have faith from them from a distance. Vice versa. You can love somebody, but from a distance. It's a lot of people I love and care about, but it's from a distance. You see what I'm saying? I want y'all to understand that this depending on people, that's low energy. Because you're stepping, when you're depending on something, you're stepping outside of yourself. You're gifted. You're naturally gifted. You're more than talented. You're more than athletic. You are gifted. Truly. You don't need to be depending on anything outside of yourself. Because when you're doing that, that's low vibrational. That's low energy. Why do you think when you depend on something for so long, you start feeling bad? Because what happens? You depend on something for a while. A lot of times, things may go the way that you didn't want them. Things may go a certain way that you may not have wanted them to go. Now you're vibrating low. Now you're feeling bad. Now you see what I'm saying? Now you done dropped in frequency. Because you wanted to depend on people. You don't gotta depend on people, bro. Why depend on others when you can depend on yourself and the universe? See, the thing is with the universe is always going to understand you and overstand you. People not going to understand you, bro. People not going to overstand. People don't even understand each other. What makes you think they're going to understand and overstand you? Some may, and some may not. It's the honest truth, bro. You can keep depending on people if you want to, bro. That's on you if you want to. But you're going to eventually end up hurting yourself by doing that. And I'm not spellcasting. No, I'm being honest. Because nobody is perfect. You can depend on somebody forever, and at any given moment, they can stop meeting your expectations. I'm going to say that again. At any given moment, they can stop meeting your expectations. So if you constantly are depending on somebody, you may get hurt. You may not, but you may get hurt. Respectfully, all due respect, man. But look, man, before I end off this video, like I was saying earlier in the video, if you want to do a one-on-one call with me, just DM me on my Instagram. My Instagram is HumbleAli 2 times. Everything is lowercase. Everything is together. I'm going to say that again. My Instagram is HumbleAli 2 times. Just DM me for the prices, you feel me? And I also help with mental health. I help with spiritual health. I help with emotional health. I help with physical health. I help with emotional health. I help with physical health. I help with spirituality. and help with religion and etc. But look, man, I hope that females most for today's video. I catch y'all females most on the next one, man. Peace.